Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Lance going to put it up right away. Gets it out wide to Davis Price. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis Price. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On play action, Lance. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Davis Price will try to pick it up. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's the kind of play teams are looking for to have some success early in a ball game. And if you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. Second down, here's Davis Price. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. A give left side for Davis Price. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Lance. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
The kick by Gold is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
They'll run here with a rookie 2nd-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Lance now on 1st down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Ready.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, and they go right back to Davis Price. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Davis Price once more. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Newton on 3rd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running left, Davis Price. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready. 52 blue. Here we go. Striker. 3-3.
Now a play fake. Lance. throw, but the catch is made. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Lance. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all three.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Lance on the keeper, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. A final shot before half for Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Cam's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
On the counter, Davis Price. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lance on the bootleg. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Play action. It's Newton. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Open man, it's Preston Williams. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
To the air again, Newton. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
That is caught. It's Williams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Noah Fant, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now left side on the swing pass. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Going for it, here's Davis Price. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. On first down, it's Newton. And he finds Penny. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now Newton on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now it's Newton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. From the red zone now, Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on third down, Newton. And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a third, but not to be, and it's 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Check 52. Check 43. Hey!
They'll run for the first time with Rashad Penny. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Gun. Squeeze, double. 57's the line. 57's the line.
Newton now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
They're running it. Check 53's line. Check 53's line.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Cam Newton keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Davis Price gets this one out of the gun, and he'll be taken down at about the 45. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now Lance, rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to Walker on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Newton. Catch is made by Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
20. Switch.
Running right, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Newton. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. One final try now for Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.